Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm going to do a quick video here on the final numbers on our latest flip that we just sold a couple weeks ago. This was a project in Newark, Ohio, and it was a house that was kind of in the middle of nowhere. It was a really cool drive out to get there. It was a nice lot, a half-acre lot surrounded by woods. But we didn't know what to expect with this one because comps were really, really hard to find. Nothing much sold in the area. And to tell you the truth, I was a little bit nervous going into this one, but it ended up being one of our most profitable flips yet. And you can see the pictures of what it looked like before here, and then a few after pictures. It basically needed a full cosmetic rehab. None of the major stuff needed done. Roof was good, furnace was good, windows were recently updated, electric was good. It was built in '94, so there were no major issues there. I was on a crawl space, so no basement foundation issues. So it was all really just cosmetic cleanup, making it look nice. And so to dive straight into the numbers here, we purchased this house for $101,250 in March of this year. The closing costs when we bought it, and when we buy these, we pay the buyer and seller side, so the people we're buying from don't have to pay any closing costs. Those were $2,907.60. The repairs and maintenance, meaning all the repairs done to the house, plus mowing it for those 4 or 5 months. It was a really difficult house to mow, so it cost $125 each time. Keeping the electric on, all those various things to keep it going during the flip. Those all totaled $34,648.60. The loan fees. So when we do these, we get a hard money loan, which just means it's not a traditional mortgage. It's more of a short-term loan, but we found a really good one, Residential Capital Partners. They fund 100% of the purchase price and 100% of the flips for us, as long as we meet certain parameters on how low we're buying. But for that, we had to pay them $8,517.88. And that consists of the points on the mortgage, which just means a percent of the total cost is a fee, and the interest-only payments that we made for those 4 or 5 months. Those are a little high. We held this longer than we expected to. We bought it in March, didn't sell it until the very end of August. Number one, that the seller negotiated that she wanted to stay there for a month after closing. That set us back. Our contractors couldn't get started for 3 to 4 weeks after they got out, so that set us back. And then when we were under contract to sell it, that got pushed back like 3 weeks eventually. So it did take a couple months longer than we normally like, which does add up. That probably cost us another $2,500 in loan fees that we wouldn't have had, but still $8,500 was really helpful to get this done. We don't mind paying those fees at all. The sales side of the closing costs, meaning when we sold it, what were the closing costs? $2,335.55. The buyer's agent commission was $6,150. And since Courtney, my wife, was the listing agent on this, I did not have to pay her a commission, or I guess technically I did pay her a commission, but it does come right back to us, so I'm not going to count it. And fortunately, our broker does not charge us their 20% share when it's our own personal residence. So we only paid one side of that commission for $6,100. And then we paid a $500 concession to the buyer at closing so they could put in a new back door. The total cost then added up to $156,309.63, and the total sales price ended up being $205,000, which is over what I expected. Our total net profit was $48,690.37, which at this point is our second highest profit on a flip. I think our first highest is around $70,000. The one we're under contract on right now actually hopefully will be higher than both of these. But $48,000, almost $49,000 is a really, really good profit on a flip. I'm very happy with that. We usually shoot for somewhere in the range of $20,000 to $30,000. But this one ended up good. And the crazy part is I almost didn't buy it. I was scared off by it being a manufactured home. I'd never tried to sell a manufactured home. I didn't know how to appraise a manufactured home. So I almost passed on it. And sometimes I have people ask, like, why would anyone sell you this house for $101,000 when you sold it for $205,000 4 months later? A few reasons. Number one, they probably didn't have $35,000 sitting in the bank to make those repairs to get it to that price. And number two, we make it easy for them. We give them a cash price. We don't do inspections. We don't do appraisals. We're just going in and giving them easy money. We make it flexible, so if they need to stay for a month or two after closing, we can generally make that happen. And you'd be surprised, these people that don't want to put their house on the market, they don't want to deal with that. They just want a quick cash sale and to walk away with a little bit of profit. And they got what they wanted, and it turned out very good for us. So this ended up being one of our better flips. I'll give Court Closes Columbus credit. She did a great job on the listing, and we got an offer $25,000 over asking price to hit this profit level. So we'll see what the next one brings.